Truth be told, this is the most exciting thing happening in the circuit right now. The friends, not just in Byron, but throughout the circuit, are very happy about this because we're at the tail end of the preaching work and we have to help as many people as possible. And here's a group of people that really are getting first exposure to the truth. That's what makes this wonderful.
The Gujarati territory can sometimes be transitory, so you get to meet new people often. So if someone's not interested, maybe in 6 months, maybe in a year, you go back to that store, you might get somebody else new. And you get that experience of, what, you're learning my language all over again. And so that never gets old. It's always exciting and it always gets you motivated to keep doing the Gujarati language.
Jehovah has blessed us with the Bible studies that we've been able to start. Even though they're short studies, they're very, very progressive studies. And we can see the interest growing in the people. They're in turn sharing the good news with their family back in India. So it's kind of like been a domino effect.
In Britain, we've seen a difference in the work over the last 2 years. People have been showing an interest and coming along to the meetings far quicker than they used to in the past. And we can really see Jehovah's blessing here. So we really feel that this is the time when the Gujarati field is going to see an increase.
So whatever we do is going to have a global effect. And we never know where the seeds that we scatter are going to fall and bear fruit.
When Jehovah opens a door, it's just so obvious. And so the door obviously opened here.
We can really see how Jehovah is really educating us to think and communicate more effectively so as to open doors that were once shut, in a sense. I thought it was just, I was being satisfied with just learning phonetics and then learning the language itself. And then the writing part was that I was a little bit apprehensive, I don't need to go that far. However, the school helped me to cross that threshold. Once I began to cross that threshold, then I became excited about that. And then that means that increases my joy in the ministry.
We've learned several presentations. We've learned the initial call, the return visit. We've went thoroughly through about 4 scriptures, and so I've learned a lot.
It's such a joy and a privilege to be in the class with the hard-working brothers. You see them working just as hard as you. They're trying to encourage you, trying to help you, and that motivates you. You're going to have fun, and you're going to learn something. I've never thought learning could be so enjoyable. You know, you got to study, and everybody's so serious you can't. But here, we're serious, but you still enjoy it. And the different techniques that we use, you know, they're just awesome. I remember we tried to blow the balloon up, juggle the scarves and stuff. It's just awesome. I wish we could just stay in here longer, you know. We could do it for 4 hours. It wouldn't bother me.
It's an honor to be used in an avenue where Jehovah is obviously appealing to those in the foreign language. To see how His Holy Spirit can live up to His name, the way He lives up to His name, He calls us to become, taking 2 people who never taught a language that we don't even know, and use them to do something amazing like this. It's an honor, and we're humbled to be a part of it, and it's an incredible privilege to see His Spirit work.
Anything that Jehovah does is just good. So when you see these friends outside enjoying themselves, you know that Jehovah is happy. This is the human version of watching kittens play. People are just really enjoying themselves. There are 26 teachers sitting out there, and when you realize that they're teachers in their own right, it takes all the stress off you.
They get involved in it. They're not just so uptight. They're willing to laugh at themselves, and they don't take it so serious. So that helps Stephen and I to relax. And then also for them at the same time to take it serious, doing the assignments, doing the exercises, following the direction that we gave them, helped us to be able to teach it in a way that's beneficial.
They say when you get a certain age, you can't remember, you can't retain those things, but the way the brothers, our instructors, are sharing it with us, we're able to retain it. It gives you a good attitude the way they're teaching in it. You know, I've always been told that a person's attitude is his latitude. So we can really soar because of the way our instructors are. They're kind, compassionate, patient, and that's very helpful. And that's not their native tongue, and so they had to learn the language, and they worked so hard, and that's encouraging.
To see how the students responded to the methods and to the curriculum, the progress that they've made within the past few months is just amazing. Some have become very comfortable with the language, and on calls and Bible studies, they're speaking anywhere from 60 to 70% Gujarati on their calls. Reading the scriptures out in the ministry, the calls are just blown away at what we've been able to accomplish and what we're doing. So it's been so encouraging.
This class is something that for me, words cannot really add enough to it to show how Jehovah is really backing this work. We can think we know, but once we really be a part of it and it's witness for ourselves, then the light really flashes wide.
One of the biggest challenges is the feeling of it being completely overwhelming. There's a lot of grammatical rules that I struggle with. It's very confusing, and sometimes you can piece some of it together, but if you've got too many pieces of the puzzle, it can be a little overwhelming.
The challenge is to balance my excitement, because see, I'm a person that gets excited. And I get excited to the point that I get totally involved in that while neglecting myself in my own language. So then that's why me and my wife, we had to figure out the best way to be balanced in that regard. So then we said, well, family worship. We just add this a part of our family worship, and then kind of rein in the balance, kind of excitement to get that balance that we was lacking.
We have to recognize our limitations. We beat ourselves up sometimes because we can't retain the things we go over and practice and learn. We can't retain it to the point where we want to retain it, and we can't measure our progress sometimes. It's very difficult. It looks like we're just standing still, but we're moving forward. Others comment with regard to what you're doing, and when you look back, you can see that you're making progress. It's very slow, but you're making progress.
Sometimes we would talk about how we would just feel like we wanted to give up, and you're praying to Jehovah, Jehovah, I can't do this. I can't do this. And then you go out in service and it gives you an amazing experience. And then you're like, okay, I can do this. And then maybe 2 days later, Jehovah, I can't do it, I just can't do it. And Jehovah continually just keeps reminding me, yes, you can. You don't have anything to worry about. All those obstacles are mine to overcome. You just go do what I ask you to do. You just go and you bring the message to them.
I didn't think that I could do this. I put myself down because I did not finish school. I couldn't read good. But then I look at myself now, from where I was before until now. I am so proud of myself. I am so proud of Jehovah to letting me be in the position that I'm in, to be able to teach somebody in a different language from where I came from. That's so exciting to me, and how I see Jehovah's hand in everything.
This is one of the most exciting ministry in the Gujarati field that I've had in the 44 years of being in the kingdom ministry work. So I am so grateful to Jehovah that he allowed me to work as a fellow worker with him and bless my efforts in that. And I'm grateful for all the ones that are working hard too, because I think that it's strength in numbers.
Jehovah's name means he causes it to be. And with Jehovah's backing, we can accomplish it. Not on our strength, but on the strength coming from Jehovah. And we know that Jehovah wants this barrier. He wants it broken. He wants everybody to know. And so we older ones, don't hold back. With Jehovah's help, we can do it.
Learning the Gujarati language has been one of the most difficult things I've ever had to do. But anyone that is considering learning a foreign language, and especially one where it becomes increasingly challenging, the blessings always outweigh the work that's involved. Jehovah exceeds your expectation every single time.